Alright everyone, thanks for joining me on another video here for SyllaFX. So, in this video, I'm doing a recap of the trades that I took today during the New York session. So I actually took a total of 4 trades today. 2 of them were losers, 2 of them were winners. And as you can see, still ended up with a profit of about $500 for today. A little bit more trades than I like to usually place in one session like that, but I'm going to explain why I took these trades and how I ended up losing a couple of them and how I ended up still being profitable with just 2 wins, a 50% win rate. So let's go ahead and jump right into the charts here and take a look, see exactly what happened and why I took those trades. So the first trade that I actually took was on the Aussie dollar, and this was the first loss that I actually took for today as well. Now typically, so if you do actually follow my videos or the channel on YouTube, you know the trading strategies that I use is supply and demand, support and resistance, and trend trading. Now the first step that I usually take before I take a trade is look for if there's any news events happening for the day. And today at 10 o'clock Eastern time was actual news events coming out for the dollar pairs. And as you can see, I'm pretty sure that's what caused this plummet in the Aussie dollar here and go all the way down to a major support level. So during that time, I don't trade news event because news events and the volatility, all the speculation that happens, pretty much throws off my trading strategy completely. So I stay out of it and wait for price to get back to a normal state and see what it's doing after the release of the news event. So in this first trade with the Aussie dollar pair, price came all the way down to this support level here, started to create a lot of rejection. As you can see, some wicks were being created at the bottom here, started rejecting here, and then price started to bounce away from that zone. So the fact that that was occurring after news, I was looking for price to start moving back up. But for my entry point, I'm waiting for price to come back into that zone. If it does come back into that zone and start rejecting, for me to take a buy position to ride the trade or the price back up to make up for all of this movement that happened during the news. So as you can see here, this very first trade, and like I said, this was my losing trade, the first losing trade of the day. After the rejections here, price comes up and comes back into that area. So once I see this and it rejected again, at the end of this closure, this candle here, the second blue one with the long rejection wick, after that closed out, on the very next open of the candle for the 15 minutes, I went ahead and took a buy position there because I was confident it was going to start to ride it up. Well, no matter how good my strategies are, no matter how consistent they are, I stick to my trading strategies, right? Unfortunately, it didn't work out in this one. With the tight stop loss that I used to minimize my risk in the trade, I got stopped out on this one and lost 15 pips on that trade. Like literally within like half an hour. It went down after I entered in and it kept going down and tapped me out. So I took a loss on that one, lost 15 pips, right? So now the thing is, and this happens all the time, this is pretty much what was called a liquidity spike. Price comes all the way down, tapped me out, and then rejects that zone like I was expecting to see the rejections in that area, and closed out indicating that it wants to move up. So whatever, it happens. It's not my trade strategy is not going to win all the time, and I'm going to have losses. First loss of the day. So what I ended up doing is I gave that currency pair a second chance, because after I got kicked out of it and took the loss, it rejected and price came back into that rejection again. So I went ahead and bought again on that position. Now the trading sizes that I used for all 4 of these trades today were 3 standard lots. So on this second one, I went ahead and took another buy at this position here and set my stop loss below the previous wick that was created when it kicked me out. So on this attempt though, the second time, price started to come back up. I didn't actually have, I don't believe I actually had any drawdown on this one. As soon as I entered in, it started to move up right away. And then I ended up closing out at 18 pips. Now, I ended up with kind of like odd number pips instead of the actual targets that I was aiming for. Because if you can tell, after the news happened around 10 o'clock or so and plummeted the price here, I entered in right around like, it was like 12, almost 12:30, I believe. I actually notified the VIP students group on Discord that I took those couple of trades, and that was at 12:24 p.m. Eastern time today. So at that time is when I initially took the trades, right? And lost the first one, and then I re-entered for a second buy to move back up. Now, the 3 trades after this first loss here, so this second trade and the next trade I took on the euro dollar and dollar yen, I closed all 3 of those trades out at the same time. It was about 2:30 or so, because I was already in the trade for quite a while. And when it gets close to the end of the New York session like that, the market starts to die down. And as you can see, it starts to consolidate, and the direction of it is not really as precise or as accurate that I would like it to be. So at 2:30, it was almost 2:30, I went ahead and closed out the trades, all 3 of those, and just took whatever profit was there or whatever loss was there. On this one, I happened to be up about 18 pips, made up for the first loss. Great. Lost 15, won 18. Up 3 pips on this pair, at least for this currency pair, right? So let's jump over to the euro dollar and see what I took on that one here. So kind of the same thing happened there. Price came all the way down to a major support level, rejection, price wants to go back up. So I wait for price to come back into that area again. And once it got into the rejection, into those wicks that were created, I took a buy position. Now, unfortunately, price pretty much continued against me for like the next half an hour to 45 minutes. So I was in drawdown, quite a bit of drawdown for a long period of time on this one here. It didn't hit my stop loss though, good, because I had that set to 20 pips, and price came back up. And at the 2:30 mark, when I closed out of the euro dollar, the Aussie dollar, and the dollar yen, I ended up with about 17 pips on that one. So that was my second winner of the day. Now, the last trade that I took was on the dollar yen. So similar thing here again. Then all 3 of these trades are pretty much support and resistance setups that I was looking for. Price comes all the way up to the major support level or resistance level, rejects, comes down. So what do? Wait for price to come back into that area for a sell position. So that's exactly what it did, and that's exactly what I did. I took a sell position here. Now, this one is my second loss of the day, unfortunately, but as soon as I entered the trade, I was pretty much in drawdown the entirety of the trade. It never got into the positives for me. But luckily at 2:30 when I closed out this currency, this dollar yen, and the other 2, I only lost about 5 pips on this trade here, but it still counts as a loss. It's a loss, right? So 2 winning trades today, 2 losing trades, or sorry, yeah, 1, 2, lost 2, still ended up with like $500 in profit. So as you can see here, yeah, so about $500 that I won off of those 4 trades. Now, that is a little bit higher than what I like to take in a day, but the reason I ended up taking those is because, one, I probably would have only done the euro and the Aussie if I didn't get kicked out of the Aussie dollar with my stop loss there. But because I did, I wanted to give it a second chance because it was still showing signs that price wanted to go back up. So 4 trades for the day, 2 losses, 2 wins, still in profit, $500. Now, if you guys are interested in learning these trading strategies and understand why I take these trades and what setups I look for, you can visit SyllaFX.com. The course is available there right now with all the information that you would need, all the basics, risk management, psychology, and of course the trading strategies. All of that is currently available for literally $1. So if you are interested in that and you want to learn how to trade in Forex and be profitable, visit SyllaFX.com and check it out from there. If the course is not something that you want, no problem. You can at least join the free Discord community that I offer and ask questions there. Talk to other traders that do this on a daily basis. Get an idea or feel of what Forex is and how the trading actually works, if you're interested in doing so. So today is actually, Tuesday, the November 1st. Yeah. Today is the day that I'm actually having a live session, a live analysis session that I'm going to be streaming with the VIP students that are part of that group. Now, the VIP Students is a paid group where I do the live trading, live market analysis, and live Q&A sessions with the students there. So if you're interested in that as well, you can check it out on SyllaFX.com as well. Outside of that, those are the 4 trades that I took today. So 50% win rate, still profitable. As long as you're using risk management and you're applying proper risk to reward ratios on your trades, you can have a losing percentage or a 50% winning rate and still end up walking away from the market with a profit. So take it for what it is, guys. Losing happens, winning happens, right? My trading strategies, I definitely stick to those. I'm pretty confident in how consistent they are, but losses do happen, as you can see. 2 losses, 2 wins, still in profit. So outside of that, that's all I wanted to go ahead and recap on this today here. in regards to the session and the trades that I took during the New York session. So if you guys like the channel, if you're watching this on YouTube, subscribe to the channel. Anywhere else, just ask any questions in the comments below. Thanks for watching.